Well, he is a troll. We just don't know what the troll is yet. So listen, the lol cows are revolting. They're leaving no stone unturned and they are engaging in the freakiest era ever known on the internet. So I would consider that your final warning. This story will escalate in an absolutely Nikocado type of fashion. It's not gonna have to do with food. It's far more disgusting. But before we get into this video, please remember not to send anybody mention this video any hate, harassment, bullying, condescending comments, anything mean or disgusting. Again, this is just the internet. Calm your tits. Local Florida lolcow Nikocado Avocado is most famous for his mukbang content, and he does have a lot of fucking content. Him and his husband are pretty famous for doing the trolling and the clickbaiting on the interweb. Which is how they kickstarted their internet career, in addition to, of course, starting out as vegans, all firm slim and ready for the gym, now being the mukbang kings and throwing tantrums under highly protected content. And let's not even start on the OnlyFans. Hello, darkness, my old. Now, it's important to note when going over the biographical details of Nikocado Avocado that he himself is not necessarily what you would consider a reliable source or narrator of events. Now, why am I restating the obvious? Why am I recapping content that we've been knew? Well, Nikocado Avocado found himself in a little bit of a situation where he might be implicated in some way, shape, or form directly to a criminal investigation. Yes, something very serious happened, and the key to unlocking the truth lies in this man. Yes, our most famous and beloved internet troll, known for clickbaiting things as severe as abuse, his own abilities and disabilities and health conditions, crying over literal spilled nuggets. That guy has accidentally created some crucial fucking content for a criminal case. Allegedly. I'm going to play you a video now, and you can take anything that you want, or you can impose your own opinions and thoughts onto this clip. But this clip, as it exists, is currently still on Nikocado Avocado's channel, and he himself has said that it's legitimate, but we, the audience, do not know.
Okay, they taste like this, but, you know, a little greasier.
Oh, what is that? You need to hear it again? Listen again. Listen very, very closely to the background. I know it's distracting. I know we're all here for the burps. I know you want to smash that sub. Just listen again carefully. Yes, people, the background is literally somebody screaming, and allegedly it is his neighbor being stabbed to actual death.
And every 5 minutes I don't get it, someone's gonna get stabbed in the ass!
Caught live between burps and slurps of a mukbang that'll be sent out to millions of viewers. Dear Lord, this is the time we live in. So this clip is in existence, and it took about a week, maybe longer, for anybody to actually notice what is going on here. A kiwi farmer, and yes, I'll be referring to my favorite farmers over on that side of the internet. They actually found and recorded the exact timestamp at which this happened. Obviously, comments started asking Nick, what the hell is happening? Why is it sounding pretty fucking wild there in the background? What is happening? What is literally happening? And why is your face not doing any of the regular expected emotions? Is this deliberate? Is this fake? Or did you not care? Or did you not even notice? So it took Avocado about a week as well to respond to this in an Instagram story and a TikTok, in which he actually confirmed that it was his next door neighbor. It was a woman and she was being stabbed to death during the mukbang.
Apparently someone got stabbed in my building, and in my video, the evidence was there at the 34 mark. Wow. Also, I am not making light of this. I feel horribly that this even happened. No one deserves this, no matter what someone does to you.
Oh, God. Worst timeline. So, this means that Avocado immortalized a person's final moments on this planet as an official piece of evidence that can be submitted to court. Allegedly. Or as the owner of Kiwi Farms rather put it,
a audio of his neighbor being stabbed to death. She is dead. He heard, look at his face. He hears her screaming as she is being murdered in the room next door, and he continues to eat this fucking slop for another 10, 11 fucking minutes without stop. He could have called the police. He could have called the ambulance. He could have gotten up and like checked on her, like, hey, I hear you're screaming bloody murder. Are you okay?
So I know it's tempting to lean into the meme and believe that you truly are a part of this CSI team and that you, along with your best friends, will solve this internet case and we will figure out the truth behind the mukbang. Yeah, I don't know how to tell you guys this, but we're the freaks in the story. We're the degenerate cringe sub-community on the internet that knew about mukbangs and followed Avocado pre-murder trial. Yeah, let that sink in. Imagine the judge and jury watching a 45-minute video of Nick and his husband consuming 30,000 calories of pure oil, salt and sugar as they slurp and burp endlessly mid-cry just to hear evidence of a murder. Okay, so why do I keep harping on the word allegedly? Why does it sound like it's both confirmed and entirely unconfirmed at the same time? Well, now we're getting to the Avocado of it all. The story next to the story. The reason why this might be one of the most interesting and problematic court cases ever, if it ever ends up needing to go to court. If something is proven and in fact something did happen. Well, here's the thing though. Avocado is a troll, as we've already said and established. He's known to clickbait. He has used serious issues before to be fake. And while most of us would like to believe that there are some limits that he wouldn't fake something like this, we can't truly say. And somebody like the owner of Kiwi Farms, Noel, Joshua Moon, has said and is going along with the narrative that this is indeed true, that it is verified, and it is factual. However, some Kiwi farmers are not in agreement with that. And the thing is usually they have a consensus when we say that something has officially been proven by Kiwi Farms. So this is still pretty much a hot topic. And the thing is that nobody can find, even in the past 2 weeks, any resemblance of a police report. However, the opposite side to this, even though people for the past 2 weeks have been spamming everywhere, where's the police report, where's the police report, can we find a single fucking piece of evidence saying that a woman, at least in the area, has been stabbed? The opposite to that is that Avocado did actually make an official Instagram video in which he confirmed that it did happen. So that would be an insane thing to lie about, an insane thing to milk, and also so far after the fact of the video being released, and also only after comments had told him to check on the situation and to confirm whether or not it had happened. So it's plausible, it's arguable, it might have been the case that it happened and that there is just no police report for us, mere curious onlookers from the internet, to actually determine the validity of the situation. So Yes, people are arguing that there is no police report, therefore we can't say for sure that it happened, but on Nikocato's side, he's claiming that it definitely did happen. Another thing that people seem to be pretty upset with is if we look at the clip again, look at Nikocato's reaction.
Okay, they taste like this, but, you know, a little greasier.
Yeah, there's no reaction. He doesn't seem to actually do anything or care. And a lot of people are saying what they would have done if they were in this situation. So a lot of people believe that they would actually get up and do something and check on people. But remember, this is Nikacato Avocado, and I'm not saying that as an excuse that he gets to do whatever. I'm saying that he's morbidly obese, and literally movement seems to be like a big deal for him. He's not gonna move unless he absolutely has to. That part, I think we can say with enough evidence. And the fact that he also looks confused as fuck, I think you could make the case that he maybe didn't understand immediately what had happened, and then also maybe, as he himself said also in his Instagram video, he grew up and he's used to a situation, living and growing up in a situation in which there are frequently screams, frequently any type of noise from your neighbor, and eventually you get desensitized and you don't react to it. So he's saying both that yes, it could have been as bad, but I either didn't hear it or I just didn't care enough. And then I'm adding the plausible reason as to even if he did hear it and even if he did think maybe I could check on something, I can't move fast enough to actually stop somebody mid-scream from doing whatever it is causing the scream in question. So I'm just saying, like, let's just ease off. We don't know exactly how we would have reacted in the situation, if it's true, of course. We don't know what we would have done. We don't know unless you have been in exactly that situation. You can't say for sure. So just, you know, ease up. Here's the real kicker though. Some people are questioning, why does this video still exist on his platform? Why is it still up, knowing what had happened, if he claimed that what had happened is the truth and that he's aware of this truth and that he was there and he confirmed it? Why would you fully monetize a mukbang of somebody's actual stabbing and murder? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I have no excuse for Nikacato here, except maybe that he believes that it could maybe serve as some type of evidence. So, for example, it does establish a timeline if they wanted to track down the exact time at which the incident of the crime had occurred, and he believes that his video is valuable information to add to it.
Not a fuck given. Just not a single fuck. And the great thing about this is that this video, with the burping and the farting and the smacking of the lips, will absolutely, positively become evidence in this case, because it establishes very specifically the time where she is being killed. And I'll explain why that time is so important, just very simply. Imagine you have footage of him entering and leaving this woman's apartment, the murderer. And you know he comes in at exactly noon and leaves at exactly 1 p.m. Well, it's sort of like, when did he kill her? And then the video and her screaming will determine exactly when the murder happens. If the murder happens a minute after he enters the building, then you know that he went there with the predetermined mindset of killing her. If it happens 45 minutes after he's there, then it's the difference between first-degree murder and second-degree murder. So when they're sitting on the jury and this guy is charged with first-degree murder, the jury will have to listen to this and hear the screaming as evidence of when they can establish this timeline to justify first and second-degree murder. And this is what they'll see. This is what they'll see.
Or maybe he could believe that, look, shit happens, and this is in the category of shit that had happened, and, you know, I don't have to, basically the same argument as you have to eat your food because there are starving children in Africa. Like, whether or not he's capitalizing off of his mukbang is not going to it's not going to retrospectively save this woman's life. Maybe that's what he's thinking, maybe that's his argument, or this is also the main reason why people think he would have faked it, because there's no way in hell that somebody could have so little heart and soul that they would just be cool with this and just keep it up fully monetized. But the thing is like we've said earlier as well, Nikocado doesn't really have any concrete lines the way that the rest of us seem to be having it. He seems to be living in his own world and with his own set of ethics, and he is truly shown to not give a fuck at all. So I guess yelling at him and telling him he has to take this video off or he has to turn off monetization, I think that's going to have just as much effect as telling him he needs to go on a diet. Just saying. And then the final concern, the conspiracy of it all, is the idea of Nikocado Avocado in an actual courtroom trying to make an actual case that needs to be considered in the most serious regard and as credible. Now, you and I, we've been around these parts. We know how the internet looks, am I right? We've seen some burps, we've heard some farts, and we know that it's all just water weight. So in that light, what do you think is going to happen in a legitimate court case? In other words, something where an actual trial needs to happen and a jury needs to be convinced and evidence needs to be scrutinized. Do you think Nikocado Avocado would be able to get onto a stand from his little wheelchair scooter thingy and then looks an attorney dead in the eye and answer his questions without starting to scream or cry or bitch or moan, and also without food in his hand? And do you think somebody will try to figure out where and how that is happening and try to leak the recording to Kiwi Farms, which will be widespread and circulated amongst us, the true fans? That is a part that also really truly does fascinate me. I have a lot of questions, but when I went through the quote tweets on Twitter to see how the general public responded to this, there seemed to be one highly prominent point that people raised, aside from asking what, and this is true, how dare he, stuff like that. Other than that, people were absolutely mortified at the idea of somebody's final moments being captured by the Nikocado burp, and that being their legacy, the way that they have to exit the world, truly and forever. RIP. I low-key feel kind of bad for Nikocado, because what the fuck was the dude supposed to do? And now that it happened and it's been confirmed according to him, what is he supposed to do now? What is the appropriate reaction to all of this? This is a fucking hot mess. And the thing is, he didn't even do anything wrong to be in this type of situation. And that's so ironic, because typically Nikocado Avocado is the fucking bed and the mess, and he makes it and then farts in it, shits in it, and then sleeps in it. All of that usually is directly because of him. And this is one of the only times ever that he's truly in a situation which he could have in no way prevented at all. Even if he had not been recording at that time, it still would have been the fact of the matter, and he still has to live knowing that it is what it is. And our lolcows are entirely out of control. We've currently, in the past few months, we've had the incest arc, we've had the drug abuse arc, now we have the true crime arc. What the fuck is even happening? Can somebody just please come in and contain these cows? They are out of fucking control. And while it might be entertaining, we like to see non-self-destructive cows on the internet. So Nick, if you do need to go to court, if you do need to testify and give evidence against the murderer, then I not only wish you the best of cope, the sturdiest of wheelchairs, and the most dense of fucking meat-ass burgers that'll get you through this process, but I also wish you the kindest of luck. And you should know that I'm just a thought with an opinion, and the only thing that matters is the evidence. Pila.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment I've come to know. Certainly the greatest social experiment my entire life. It's alluring, it's compelling, it's gripping to bear witness, to observe all these unwell, unbalanced, disoriented beings roam the internet in search of stories. An emergency. Oh my god, hold on. We little sloths? We have an emergency. What is